The whole football world has a problem, and that problem is Julián Álvarez to FC Barcelona. Guys, what is happening right now with FC Barcelona? In 24 hours, after sealing the move for Anthony Gordon, 80 million to Barcelona, Deco says negotiations are well under the way to sign Julián Álvarez to FC Barcelona. If I was a Madridista right now, I would be scared because it's about power shifts. And that's what I want to look at in this video. How this guy will potentially line up with the likes of Gordon, with the likes of Pedri, with the likes of Lamine Yamal. This is a warning, but even more than that, this is a message that FC Barcelona are here. And guys, unfortunately, they might just be here to stay and not just conquer. Now, first and foremost, if he does go to Barcelona, you're looking the cheapest in terms of euros. If we're going to go for pounds, it has to be the cheapest you can get this guy for is 100 million M's. Now, where are Barcelona getting this money from? This club, I get it, the Spotify deal, we understand. But guys, should there not be an investigation? Barcelona fans, talk to me. Where are you guys getting this money from? 80 million for Anthony Gordon. I will get onto him in a minute, but Julián Álvarez is the only striker in world football right now that I can look at and say, you know what? He can do everything. I don't know what he cannot do. In games against Real Madrid, we've seen his quality. We've seen how destructive he is. He can score from far. So outside the box, he's a problem. He's a set piece taker. Free kicks. We saw the one against Barcelona at the Camp Nou in the Champions League. Help knock them out. He can do that too. He can link up play. We're talking about a guy that played behind Erling Haaland and still averaged 15 to 20 goals a season as a second choice striker. We're talking about a guy that is relentless in his pressing, which is something I want to go back into later on in the video about the importance of signing Gordon and Álvarez and the way Barcelona want to play and Hansi Flick and their system and their football. But this player will change the whole dynamic. Make no mistake about it. I heard Arsenal fans, little rumors here and there about, oh, we're going to sign out Julián Álvarez. Guys, there's big teams and then there's Barcelona and then there's Real Madrid. Because when they come calling, when they put their you know what I mean, their phone to the side of their head and say, listen, let's call the club, you're in trouble. This is a guy that is going to be called a traitor by Atletico Madrid fans. I don't care. Now, I don't know which one to take worse, because obviously being Real Madrid and hating Atletico Madrid, you don't want them to have their best players. But now he's going to Barcelona, who are more of a challenge. I just don't know what's happening with Barcelona at the moment. If Florentino Perez didn't understand the kind of message that Barcelona are sending him right now, I'm pretty sure signing like him will make him understand. Signing for FC Barcelona is like the Kylian Mbappe signing to Real Madrid. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of slack for that. I know people are going to get onto my comments for that. But the truth is, he is able to maximize any team he plays in. And I can prove it to you. Because when Julián Álvarez was at Man City, an attacking team, as a second choice striker, one word, impact. Anytime he entered the pitch, he made an impact. He won the treble in his first season, including the Champions League. That Champions League experience will go into that Barcelona dressing room. Again, he goes to Atletico Madrid, and Atletico Madrid, they are a very defensive team. Again, he is a starter, he is their main man, but he makes himself known. He makes his presence felt, and he's still largely effective with completely different style of players. If you remember the World Cup 2022, Julián Álvarez, when he started games for Argentina, that's when Messi became alive. Go back and watch the beginning of the tournament and see when Enzo Fernandez and Julián Álvarez was introduced into that team. Look at the impact when he was on that pitch. His ability to work 90 minutes, run, press, and to bring others into play. I mean, FC Barcelona, you've got an absolute gem. You've got an absolute gem. This is a player, I can call him a traitor because he was at Madrid. Julián Álvarez, you're a traitor going to Barcelona. You played for Atleti and you're now going to play for FC Barcelona. You were at Madrid when you were young. Don't think we forgot. Don't think we forgot. But this one concerns me. It really does. Because now I'm actually looking over my shoulder and I'm thinking, you know what, FC Barcelona, you've lost Robert Lewandowski. You obviously have Marcus Rashford. They're toying whether they're going to pay the 15, 20 million, maybe get him on loan again. I don't know what Manchester United are going to be doing about that. But personally, I don't think they will want to play, you know, a player like Rashford going out on loan again. They want to get rid of him. Barcelona are playing hardball, but they paid 80 million for Gordon. Now, I don't think Anthony Gordon is worth 80 million. However, Newcastle were eager to sell. The money was on the table. And I think for FC Barcelona, a player like Gordon will maximize the way they play with the players they have. I think also with Deco and Barcelona, they're also thinking into the future, because you have to understand that Rafinha's going into his early 30s. When we're looking at the team as a whole, you had Lewandowski, which was a big part of that attack as well, late 30s. So they're trying to refresh the team with players that will allow this team to play the football they always play. But one thing I'm seeing from Barcelona is they are focusing on speed. And with Julián Álvarez, you've got speed, you've got strength, you've got link-up play, you've got a player that basically he completes the rest of the team, so he adds a lot of balance. You've got a player that can come short, and got a player that can go long. You've got a complete package as a striker. And I think that is sending a message, because it's telling people we're going to play in the Champions League. We need to have a team that can compete, because we're tired of going out of this UCL. We're tired of getting to the quarters, to the semis, and not doing enough. It's been 11 years, going on 12. And I know you Barcelona fans watching this video, you feel the pain. But they're trying to restore the joy. And a player like Julián Álvarez will definitely be able to do that. No doubt. You're giving Lamine Yamal, Julián Álvarez. Do you know what that is going to mean for La Liga and the Champions League? I don't think people, they don't understand the destructive nature of those two alone. We didn't talk about Gordon. But their destructive nature. We know Lamine Yamal. Trivela passes. Those Trivela passes, they normally go to who? Ferran Torres. Now we're talking about a squad depth. We're talking about a man that 9 times out of 10 is not going to miss. We're talking about a man, not Robert Lewandowski, respectfully, but Álvarez has the pace to get onto those passes, but he's got the presence of mind to put them in the back of the net. He's got the technique. This is something that's going to send shockwaves through football. We're still in May, and FC Barcelona are trying to conclude the Champions League squad. That's the truth. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to conclude that squad for the Champions League, and there's going to be more signings. Apparently, there's going to be outgoings, defensive outgoings for FC Barcelona, so let's wait. But this money, where are they getting this money to be signing these kind of players? Because for me, this is a threat. And if you, Florentino Perez, have not woken up and smelt the coffee, and you think Real Madrid's squad is perfect, after winning 2 La Liga titles, going 2 years trophyless at Real Madrid, and you're seeing already Gordon, Álvarez, Real Madrid still don't have a manager announced. Yes, we know it's going to be Jose Mourinho, but it's not announced. And FC Barcelona are making moves. I have not seen Barcelona move like this for time. They are serious. This is a warning. This is like, listen, Perez, you think you're doing? No, you're not doing nothing. We're here to do business. And business is signing a player like this. 100 million, 150 million, I don't care. Sign him. Julián Álvarez is unbelievable, guys. And joining FC Barcelona, there will be a shift. The pendulum is swinging in their favor. Whichever way you want to look at it, Madridistas, we can cry. But the reality is, Barcelona fans, look, I'm worried. I'm being honest on this video. I'm worried. I'm seeing Álvarez and Yamal in the same team. Nah. And then you got this pace merchant. And don't get me wrong, he's got a lot to his game, but he's mainly pace. And he can stretch the pitch, make this... Guys, it's going to be long. All I'm going to say, Álvarez arriving, it's going to be a long one. because FC Barcelona are trying to re-establish themselves as European giants. They've been a laughingstock for way too long. And Julián Álvarez is a player that will definitely add that quality. And he is the difference. He will be the difference. Anyways, Barcelona fans, Madridistas, let me know how you feel about this one in the comments below. I definitely want to look into this more, but I don't want to go deep because it's not sealed yet. So when that signing is sealed, we're going to definitely look more in depth tactically how this will swing in Barcelona's favor. But definitely this one is a message to everybody. Cupola, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.